Alright guys, so welcome back to practice test number 3. I think this is test number 7, right? If you guys go on the SAT link, it's going to be test number 7. And this is section 3. We're still doing section 3, no calculator. And yeah, the test is going to be in the bio, the description below. So check that out if you guys haven't. And you guys could do the test and then check your answers with me. Or you guys don't have to check your answers with me if you guys know everything. But if you guys want some help on any of these 20 questions, you guys can just watch this video and learn how to do these questions. So let's begin. Question 1. Salim wants to purchase tickets from a vendor to watch a tennis match. The vendor charges a one-time service fee for processing the purchase of the tickets. The ticket T is equal to, the equation T is equal to 15n plus 12 represents the total amount T in dollars Salim will pay for n tickets. What does 12 represent in the equation? So as you guys can see right here, the vendor charges a one-time service fee, right? So it means it doesn't matter how many tickets you buy, you still pay $12. And that's what 12 represents. The amount, B, the amount of the service fee in dollars. Because 12 won't change, right? If Salim buys n tickets, right, it'll still be $12 for the one-time service fee. So that's what 12 represents, right? That's pretty easy. So let's look at question 2. A gardener buys 2 kinds of fertilizer. Fertilizer A contains 60% filler material by weight, and fertilizer B contains 40% filler material by weight. Together, the fertilizer bought by the gardener contains a total of 240 pounds of filler material. Which equation models the relationship where X is the number of pounds of fertilizer A, so X is FA, right, fertilizer A, and Y represents fertilizer B, right, FB stands for fertilizer B. So basically, how much filler material is in total? 240 pounds. So when you add all of these, right, it's going to be 240, so we don't have to eliminate any choices. And as you guys can see here, fertilizer A, which is represented by X, contains 60%. So that's 0.6x, because 60% written as a decimal is 0.6, plus what percent of fertilizer B? 0.4, because 40% is written as 0.4x is equal to the total amount of filler material, which is 240. So that means your answer is going to be... Wait, no, this is supposed to be Y. Did I write X? I meant Y. This means your answer is going to be B. Right? You just have to make the equation. It takes 3 seconds. You just have to read the problem and see what it means. Let's move on to question 3. What is the sum of the complex numbers 2 plus 3i and 4 plus 8i, where a is equal to the square root of -1? So 2 plus 3i, and it's asking for the sum. So that's plus 4 plus 8i. So you guys know, I've explained this many times, but if I is not squared, it's not cubed, it's not anything, if I is not raised to any power besides for 1 or 0, then you just keep I as I. Pretend I is a constant, right? X. So when you add x's, you just keep the x. So let's add like terms. What's 2 plus 4? 6. 3i plus 8i, that's 3 plus 8, which is 11, so that's 11i. And boom, your answer is going to be C. So if you guys are threatened or feel as if I's are kind of confusing, they're not, all right? They're really easy to understand, so you guys just have to break it down and you guys will get it easily. All right, so question 4. In the equation above, P and T are constants. Which of the following could represent the value of P? So if you guys can see here, 4x squared minus 9. What is that? That's the difference of squares. So let's just say x plus y times x minus y is equal to what? It's x squared minus y squared. In this case, what is x? In this case, x is going to be 2x. So 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 3. Why is this? Because given x squared is minus y squared, right? In this case, x squared, 4x squared. 4 is it's a square, right? So in this case, x is equal to 2x because 2x squared is equal to 2x squared is equal to 4x squared, and y in this case is equal to what? Y in this case is equal to 9. No, it's equal to 3 because 3 squared is equal to 9, and 4x squared minus 9. 4x squared minus 9. X squared minus y squared, giving you 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3, right? This might be confusing at first, but if you guys look at what I did and you guys can recognize the difference of squares, this is a very easy question, right? Don't be threatened by any of these questions. They're the easiest questions you'll ever face in your life. So what's the value of P? So Px, 2x. Boom, your answer is going to be A for the value of P. Let's move on to the next question. Alright, so we have a very big question here. Alright, so question 5. Which of the following is the graph of the equation y is equal to 2x minus 5 in the xy plane? Alright, so it's given in slope-intercept form. I made a video on slope-intercept form. If you guys don't know what that is, check that out in my YouTube channel. So first, let's look at the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is where the line touches the y-axis, right? So in this case, the y-intercept, or b in this case, because this line's written in y is equal to mx plus b. If you guys don't know what mx plus b is, it's slope-intercept form. In this case, b is equal to -5, right? So the y-intercept is going to be -5. So for A, the y-intercept is going to be a positive number. It's going to be around 2 point something. Nope, get that out of here. In this case, the y-intercept is going to be 5. Nope, because it's -5. In this case, for B, it's -5, so that's good. In this case, it's -5 as well. So these two are good. And now, what's the next criteria we need to check? We need to check the slope. So the slope of the equation is what? M is equal to 2. So it means the line will be going this way, right? If it's a negative slope, the line will be going this way. So this is positive, this is negative. All right, so which ones of the following looks like this? Boom, this one right here. It's going this direction. On the other hand, this graph right here, as you guys can see, is going in the negative direction. It's going down. This one's going up. So boom, that's your answer, D. All right, let's move on. The process of elimination will always work. You guys just have to utilize it. So if x is equal to 2/3 y and y is equal to 18, what is the value of 2x minus 3? So let's just plug in the value of 18 for y, right? So x is equal to 2/3 of 18. So what is that equal to? That means x is equal to 12. And now what's 2x minus 3? So it's 2 times 12 minus 3. That's 24 minus 3, giving you 21. So that means the answer for question 6 is going to be A. Let's move on. Question 7. A bricklayer uses the formula N is equal to 7LH to estimate the number of bricks N needed to build a wall and that is L feet long and H feet high. Which of the following correctly expresses L in terms of N and H? So let me write this down. N is equal to 7LH. Alright, this is an L. I just write my L's like this because I don't like writing like that. So they're asking for what is L in terms of N and H. If you divide both sides by 7H, you'll get L, these 7 cancel out, H cancels out, N over 7H is equal to L. Boom, that's your answer. They're asking for L, you have L right here, N over 7H. That means your answer is going to be C. Alright, so giving things in terms of any other terms, right, is really easy. You just have to cancel everything out, and boom, you're going to have your answer. Let's go to question 8. The table above shows some values of the function w and t. For what values of x is wt plus tx equal to x? So what we're going to do is x, right? So this is the value of x, and this is the value of wx, and this is the value of t of x for the values of x, right? So basically, when you add any of these two numbers, it's going to have to equal this, right? So let's look at choice 1. So for the value of 1, -1 plus -3 is -4, and -4 is not equal to 1. So this one's wrong. Let's look at 2. 3 plus 1. 3 minus 1. So 3 plus -1 is 3 minus 1, which is 2. Is 2 equal to 2? Yes. So it means your answer is going to be B. You guys don't even have to check the other answers because if one of the answers is correct, the others are not going to be correct. I mean, you guys can continue to check, but that's just going to waste your time. So don't waste your time, guys. You have to be efficient. Because you guys only have 25 minutes, I think. Yes, 25 minutes for 20 questions. Wasting 10 seconds on the question is just 10 seconds more time that you guys can use on another question. So don't waste your time. Question 9. If square root of x plus square root of 9 is equal to square root of 64, what is the value of x? So the answer is not going to be 55, right? 55 plus 9 is equal to 64? No, that's not what you're going to do. So the square root of x plus, what is the square root of 9? That's equal to 3, right? Square root of is equal to, what's the square root of 64? It's 8. That's 3rd grade math. Minus 3 on both sides. Square root of x is equal to what? It's equal to 8 minus 3, which is 5. And now we could just square both sides. And then square roots cancel out. X is equal to 5 squared, 25. Boom, your answer is going to be C. Alright, now let's look at question 10. Jamie is preparing for a bicycle race. His goal is to bicycle an average of at least 280 miles per week for 4 weeks. He bicycled 240 miles the first week, 310 for the second week, and 320 for the third week. Which inequality can be used to represent the number of miles X Jamie could bicycle on the fourth week to meet his goal? So basically, it's an average problem. Okay, they're asking for the average. What is average? You just add every single number and divide it by the number of terms, and that's going to be your average. So he wants to average how much? 280, right? And then for the first week, it's 310. Plus second week, what's his second week? Wait, no, the first week is 240. Plus the second week, which is 310, plus 320, which is the third week. And then X represents his fourth week, right? Plus X over how many numbers are there? There's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys can count. Is equal to what? It's equal to his goal. So what's the average? What's his average goal? 280. So which ones of the following equations look like this? Well, if we multiply 4 on both sides, we'll get 310 plus 240 plus 320 plus X is equal to 4 times 280. And boom, that gives you choice D. Because, alright, even though I wrote an equal sign and as a greater or equal to sign, right? He said at least. So it means it's going to have to equal a greater than or equal to sign. So boom, that's going to be answer, choice D. These other answers are just straight up wrong. 240 over 4, what? No, that's wrong. This, X times 280, that's definitely wrong. And over 3 plus X, that's not average, okay? That's not the average. So they're all wrong. Your choice is D. Process of elimination is the best way to find out your answer. Alright, the vertex of the parabola is, in the xy plane above, is 0, C. Which of the following is true about the parabola with the equation y is equal to negative a times x minus b squared plus c? If you guys know how to do these questions, this is very easy. I'm going to make a video on this soon, talking about parabolas and standard form and vertex form. But in this case, you guys can see right here, this is vertex form. And I'm going to show you in 3 seconds why it's called vertex form. So they're asking for what is the vertex, right? So what is vertex? The vertex of this is going to be BC. Alright, so the vertex is BC, so it means you can eliminate choice C and D. Why is this? Because written in vertex form, what is vertex form? I'm going to write it right here on the side. Vertex form is y is equal to negative a times x minus h squared plus k. In this case, hk is going to be the vertex. So in this case, BC is going to be the vertex because instead of using hk, they just wrote it in B and C. So BC is going to be the vertex, right? If you guys don't know vertex form, search it up or just wait for my video to come out soon. But otherwise, let's continue. So they're asking if the graph opens upwards or downwards. Well, in this case, it's pointing up, right? If you guys just draw these arrows, it's pointing up. So it means boom. Your answer is going to be A. Because on the other hand, if the graph looked like this, the arrows were pointing down, then it would open downwards. But in this case, it doesn't. So it means your choice is going to be A. Alright, let's look at question 12. Which of the following is equivalent to this, right? So let's just do some long division. 4x plus 2, 4x squared plus 6x. So how many times does 4x go into 4x squared? X times, right? 4x squared, what's 2 times x plus 2x? You guys will probably learn this if you guys haven't already in Algebra 2, but I might make a video on this. This is not that important. You guys should know how to do long division of polynomials, right? This is some really easy math. 6x minus 2x is 4x, and then we could just bring down an imaginary 0 plus 0, right? Just bring down imaginary 0. So how many times does 4x go into x? 4x go into 4x? 1 time, right? That's 4x, and now this is plus 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Subtract, 4x's cancel out, 0 minus 2, negative 2. So your answer is going to be x plus 1 with a remainder of negative 2. And boom, your answer is going to be D. Because why is it D? X plus 1 is your quotient, right? Remainder of negative 2. Minus 2 over the divisor. You guys know this because I'm just going to give you an example. So 3 divided by 7. What's your answer going to be? It's going to be 2, right? Remainder 1. But in this case, it's not remainder 1 because there's no remainder. You don't see an R1, right? This is equal to 1/3. So your answer is going to be 2 and 1/3 when dividing 7 by 3, right? Simple maths. Put the remainder over the divisor. Remainder over divisor. Giving you an answer of D. Let's move on. Question 13. In the equation above, t is a constant. If the value has no real solutions, which of the following could be the value of t? Alright, so if you guys don't know, for an equation not to have a remainder, to have a solution, the discriminant has to be less than 0. What is the discriminant? Do you guys even know what a discriminant is? You guys probably will never know, because I actually do not. I never learned this at school. But let me tell you what a discriminant is. So you guys know the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, right? The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, right? This kind of looks like the quadratic formula, but not really. So b, a, c. So I'm just going to plug in the value of t for which one of the followings, right? I'm just going to use, let's use a as an example. So negative 3. So 2x squared minus 4x is plus 3 is equal to 0. I just moved negative 3 to the other side, right? You guys can follow me. I just plugged in the value of negative 3 for t. I added 3 on both sides, giving me plus 3. So let's b squared minus 4ac. So b in this case, a is equal to 2, b is equal to negative 4, c is equal to 3. Right? You guys know how to do this, second grade math. So b squared minus 4ac. b squared is 16 minus 4ac. 4 times 2 times 3 is 24. Right? 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Is equal to negative 8. And negative 8. Is negative 8 less than 0? Of course it is. So it means your answer is going to be A. Because that means there are going to be no solutions to that. And I didn't even know A was going to be the answer. I just used a random value, right? I was just going to do all of them until I got one of them. And that's how you're supposed to do this question. You're just supposed to plug in a number and see which ones work. So, boom. Let's move on. Alright, question 14. A laundry service is buying detergent and fabric softeners from a supplier. The supplier will deliver no more than 300 pounds in a shipment. Each container of detergent weighs 7.35 pounds, and each container of fabric softener weighs 6.2 pounds. The service wants to buy at least twice as many containers of detergent as containers of fabric softener. Let D represent the number of containers of detergent, and let S represent the number of containers of fabric softener, where D and S are non-negative integers. Which of the following systems of inequalities best represents this situation? Alright, that was a mouthful to read. But let's begin. So what does D represent? Detergent. And S represents softener. Softener. Alright. So basically they're saying that 7.35 pounds of detergent. So 7.35 pounds of detergent, right, where D represents the pounds of detergent, plus 6.2 pounds of softener has to weight how much? No more than 300 pounds. So that gives you the inequality of less than or equal to 300. So which ones can we eliminate right here? We don't have to eliminate any. Actually, we can eliminate C and D already. 7.35, they have 14.7. So that's wrong. So they're saying, what does the second part say? The service wants to buy at least twice as many containers of detergent as containers of fabric softeners. So D is going to have to be equal to greater than or equal to 2S. Because the detergent has to be at least twice as much as 2S, right? So that means, boom, your answer is going to be A, right? You guys make the equations, check your work, and boom, you're going to have your answer in a matter of seconds. Let's move on. Reading the question took longer than actually doing it, and that's what SAT math is now. So question 15, which of the following is equivalent to A plus B squared, I'm going to read this again. 15. Which of the following is equivalent to A plus B over 2 squared? Right? This is really easy, so let's just use FOIL. A plus B over 2 times A plus B over 2. A times A squared. Right? A times B over 2 plus AB over 2. A times B over 2 plus AB over 2 again. And lastly, B over 2 times B over 2, which is B squared over 4. Simplify. A squared plus 2AB over 2 plus B over B squared over 4. You could simplify this, cross these out, giving you A squared plus AB plus B squared over 4. Right? Basically, your answer is going to be D. So you guys just use FOIL and boom. 10 seconds, your answer is done. Each question should only take a matter of 10 seconds. You guys don't need to spend that much time. Each question. Alright, so let's continue with question 16. So this is going to be the first short response question. So let's begin. If A to the B over 4 is equal to 16 for positive integers and B, what is one possible value of B? So a to the b over 4 is equal to 16. So what is equal to 16 given power? 4 over 2 is equal to 16, right? Or 2 over to the 4 is equal to 16, right? But in this case, I'm going to use 4 to the 2 is equal to 16. In this case, a will be 4, right? And b over 4 is going to equal to 2. Why? Because a to the b over 4. 4 to the 2. 4 to the 2 is equal to 16. So b to the 4 is equal to 2. So we're asking for what is one possible value of b. So b over 4 is equal to 2 times 4 on both sides. B is equal to 8. And boom, that's going to be your answer. So you guys if you guys interpret this question too hardly on yourself, you guys will never get the answer. Just do the short answer. Just plug in a number and boom, you're going to have the answer. Alright, don't do it algebraically. Just do what I just did. Alright, now let's look at question 17. What value of t is the solution of the equation above? So 2/3 t is equal to 5 over 2. Multiply both sides by 3 over 2. T is equal to 15 over 4. Easiest question on the test so far. That took one step. And boom, you're going to have your answer. Second grade math. Now, question 18. In the figure above, BD is parallel to AE. What is the length of CE? Alright guys, so now we're going to have a similar triangle. So let's look at, I'm going to draw two triangles right here. I'm going to draw triangle CAE and triangle CBD. And now they're asking for what is the value of CE, which is right here, right? CE. And now if you guys know something about similar triangles, you guys are going to know this. So in this equation, these two triangles, angle C is going to be the same angle, right? And also, if they're parallel, that means that DB and CB are also form a right angle. So boom, your two triangles are going to be similar, right? Via angle, angle, angle. Right, so now you could form an equation. So you know the values of CB, which is 8 and 6, and the value of EA is 10. EA is 10. 6, 8. Boom. If you guys know your right triangles, you're going to have a 6, 8, 10 triangle, which is a variation of a 3, 4, 5 triangle. You guys, I made a video on this, so check that out if you guys don't understand what a 3, 4, 5 triangle is. But if you guys know your Pythagorean triplets, boom, 5 seconds. All right, now you guys can form the equation. So let me show you how to form the equation. So CD over CB, right? CD over CB is equal to what? It's equal to CE over CA. Because the hypotenuse over the side, this side over this side is equal to this. So now we could just plug in numbers. So what is CD equal to? It's equal to 10 over CB, which is 8, is equal to CE, right? I'll just call it X over CA. Actually, no. Yeah, hold up. I'm going to form a new equation, guys. So, because we're given the lengths of only EA, I'm going to use EA. So, basically, CD over, right, you guys can see that. CD, the hypotenuse over DB, this side right here, is equal to hypotenuse CE over EA, the side right here. See, if you guys realize these two sides are similar, you guys will learn this in geometry if you guys haven't already. And now let's just plug in the numbers. So CD is equal to 10, DB is equal to what? 6 is equal to CE, which I'll call X over EA, which is 10. And we could just cross multiply. So 100 is equal to 6x, divide both sides by 6. X is equal to 100 over 6, which can be simplified to, we can divide both sides by 2, giving you 50 over 3. And boom, that's going to be your answer, 50 over 3. Whew, that took a lot more work than I needed because I accidentally did something wrong. But it's okay. You guys can bear with me. And now let's do question 19. How many liters of a 25% saline solution must be added to 3 liters of a 10% saline solution to obtain a 15% saline solution? Alright, so 1/4 of a saline solution, 25%. So 0.25x, which I'll call the saline solution. X represents the amount of saline solution added, and there's 25%, so it's 0.25 plus 3 liters of 10%. So how much saline solution is that? What's 10% of 3? That 10% of 3 is equal to 0.3, right? You guys can do that. 3 times 0.1 is equal to 0.3. 3 seconds. And is equal to 15%. So that's equal to 0.15 times, what's the equation? That's going to be X, because we added X amount plus 3 liters. So that's plus 3. And now we could simplify this equation. See, how did I make this equation? The equation, making equations is always the hard part. Solving them is the easy part because all kids should know how to solve equations, right? It takes 3 seconds to solve an equation, but it takes 10 minutes to make an equation. But how did I make this equation in less than 10 seconds? Well, in my mind, it would take less than 10 seconds. But if I were explaining it to you, it would take around roughly 20 seconds. So 0.25 is 25% of x, which is the amount of liters of the saline solution, plus 3 liters of 10%. So that's 0.3. It's equal to what? It's equal to 15.15 times x plus 3. Why x plus 3? Because we're adding x to the 3 liters that are already there. So let's simplify. So 0.25 x plus 0.3 is equal to 0.15 x plus 0.45. I'll subtract 0.15 x on both sides. Right, let me show you what I'm going to do. Subtract 0.15 x, and I'll subtract 0.3 on both sides. Subtract 0.15 x, I'll subtract 0.3, and boom, that'll give me 0.1 x is equal to plus 3. These cancel out, is equal to 0.45 minus 0.3, which is equal to 0.15. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. That'll give me, I multiply both sides by 10, right? That'll take out the decimal point, so x is going to equal to 1.5. That's going to be your answer. Solving the equation with decimals is no biggie, right? It'll take 3 seconds. Did I say no biggie? It's going to be no problem if you guys know how to solve equations. That's second grade stuff. All right, let's move on. Question 20, which is going to be the last question. Point A and B lie in a circle with radius 1. And arc AB has length pi over 3. What fraction of the circumference of the circle is the length of arc AB? So let me visualize this for you. So let me draw a circle with radius 1, right? A and B lie in the circle. So I'll just call it that A. I'll call this B. So this has a length of pi over 3, right? The arc is pi over 3. What fraction of the circumference of the circle is arc AB? So what is the total circumference of the circle with radius 1? Circumference is equal to what? Pi times 2r, where r represents radius. So it means that the circumference of this circle is going to be, what is going to be pi times 2, because the radius is going to be 2. So the circumference is 2 pi. So what fraction of 2 pi is pi over 3, right? That's easy. Pi over 3 over the total amount, which is 2 pi. And how do you simplify this? I'll just show you. So pi over 3 times the reciprocal of this, 1 over 2 pi, right? Because if you guys know how to divide fractions, you just do the reciprocal of the bottom, because this reciprocal is equal to 1 over 2 pi, because 2 pi is equal to 2 pi over 1, and the reciprocal of 2 pi over 1 is 1 over 2 pi. So the pi's cancel out, giving you 1 over 6. And boom, what fraction? 1 over 6. So boom, your answer is done. 1 over 6. Alright, so yeah, this video took around 20 something minutes, 26 minutes, 28 minutes, I don't even know. But basically, that's how you're supposed to do every question here. Maybe I messed up along the way, but it's okay. I fixed my mistake. Yeah, so don't be afraid of approaching these questions however you want. But usually these strategies to approach these questions are the best. So I'll see you guys later, and peace out.